Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hello, Posties. Hope everybody's doing well this lovely evening. Big Papa's on the road. I think he said Seattle, then California. I'm not sure, but he is traveling and on an airplane right now, headed someplace. So he asked me to stand in for him, and so here I am, Kristi, Saul, the co-founder of the Post+Institute and the head parenting coach. And so today, hopefully I have enough battery to give us a quick little post-daily dose. Gosh, I've got a lot on my mind, so let me just take a minute. I think today I'm going to talk about going deep and staying deep. Think like a scuba diver. In fact, that has been a topic that we've been talking about in my church. That prayer life isn't about just going underwater when we need something and then popping back up. It's about staying. It's about staying in that flow. And so, prayer life, mindfulness, meditation, that calm, that internal calm that we can find, and learning how to stay in that space, or at least how to access that space, because we're so familiar with it. I remember Brian talking about practicing our breathing. Practicing breathing. Well, that just sounds so silly, doesn't it? Because, we got to breathe, right? But practicing that deep breathing. Because when we get stressed, the first thing that we do by nature is we constrict. We pull in, and the first thing that we do is we hold our breath. So when we practice breathing, just practicing it, then it becomes a habit. And so when we become stressed, we have greater access to that immediate release of the stress, that immediate release of the tension. So it's crazy, isn't it, how biology works when we get stressed and we constrict, and then we don't. Hey, from Oregon, nice to see you, Bethany. Hey, Mimi, I love you. It was great to see you last week. When we hold our breath, then we're cutting off the oxygen supply to our brain, right? And then our thinking becomes distorted and confused. And then because, if we're stressed, then that cortisol gets flowing through our brain and we're not at our best. So practice that breathing, practice staying in that state of mindfulness, that state of awareness, that flow where we're connected and acknowledging and present with what's going on, as opposed to being in our head with our racing, stressed out thoughts. So go deep. Think like a scuba diver. Actually, I scuba dive, so I love that. I love that way of thinking, because when you're scuba diving, you can't hear anything except your own breathing. And all you have, those bubbles, blub, 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 and all you see is the beauty. And then the current is just gradually carrying you along. And so I think that's such a great metaphor for what we're trying to accomplish in terms of being present as parents. So today, Marley and I were at a doctor's appointment, and I had a really cool experience. There was a young man there. I'm going to guess he was probably about 13 or 14, and he was struggling. He was pacing, and he was tearful, and he was pacing and tearful. He was really anxious. He was really anxious about going into the doctor, and it caused me to realize that, this world is full of diversity. And we can practice that, just that awareness, and when we can offer, even it's just we don't have to say anything to anybody necessarily, just to offer that calm energy. It just makes everything a little bit better, So the next time you're at the grocery store or you're someplace out, you see somebody struggling, or maybe it's your own child who's struggling, just, as long as nobody's in danger of getting hurt, just pause for a minute and take that deep breath you've been practicing and remind yourself it's all going to be okay, So often we make things into these crises, and we turn it into a crisis because we get scared of how other people are seeing us, or what other people are going to think, or that we're not going to be on time, and all the crazy thinking that can just so easily get activated. And we just, in yoga, we practice this where you push it away, and so push that stress away and just incorporate that peace that's always right there, that's always present. It's just waiting for us. We just tap into it. The thing is we can get in such a state of living in stress. And, I've been there. I can remember living at a pace of stress that I was so stressed I didn't even know I was stressed anymore. And it literally took probably about a year to almost kind of detox from that fast-paced lifestyle to really learn how to get present and connected with how I was feeling in the moment to moment. And so, this message is with no pressure, and it's with no judgment. It's just with encouragement, and just with the reminder that it's a big world, that we have more time than we realize, a reminder that love is always present. And as Brian says, let's see if I can get it right, and somebody can quote it down in the comments, I'm sure, in any given moment. We have two options. We can live in stress and fear and continue at that frantic pace, or we can take 3 to 4 to 10 deep breaths, however many we need. Pause for the cause. Connect with the greater loving energy that's present. And just offer that energy. Offer that energy and allow it to flow, and allow that connection to happen. And that will give you something different to offer your child. It'll give you a chance to, I watched that mom of that young man, and I watched them together. And it was really quite beautiful. She just walked with him, and she held his hand. And he said, "Oh, baby, oh, baby, oh, baby." And I thought, that must be something that they've said to each other. And she said, "Oh, baby," back. And you could just sense his calm coming. So yes, the best thing that we can offer in those moments of stress is just a deep breath, our calm energy. Imagine just putting that bubble around you and your love, and know that this moment will pass. And with that, I hope you guys have a lovely evening. Much love to you all. Thanks for being with us. Gosh, it's great to see so many people watching. I'm sure Big Papa will be back with us tomorrow night, and pray his safety and protection in his travels as he's working with families. Oh, and just a quick note, we're going to be closing out enrollment, sign up registration for our parenting camp. The parenting camp is actually August 16th and 17th. I believe we're going to be closing out registration this Friday so that we can know and prepare for who else coming. And I'll tell you, if you've been thinking about it, it's going to be amazing. I'm going to go on just for a little bit. The very first time I ever watched Brian work with a family, I'd been in social work and been working with families and doing therapy for probably 10 or 15 years at that point. We went to a family's home, and after the first session I said, "Have you worked with these people before? Do you know them? Have you been doing stuff on the phone?" Or he's like, "No." I was astounded, because the paradigm that he works from in his energy, in terms of really inviting people into their emotions And inviting that expression is so powerful, and it's so just that. It's like a big relief. It's like a purging of those files that we've been carrying around, and it's a purging of those fears, and a purging of that distorted thinking, and a purging of old stories that our kids tap into, from the stories from our own childhood and our own experiences and our own uncertainties. And then, releasing that and then stepping into a whole new way of being it's phenomenal. It is phenomenal. So if you've been thinking about coming, but you've kind of been hedging, I'm just going to tell you, it's going to be worth it. You'll be amazed at what can happen in 2 days. The transformation will be phenomenal. And so I just really encourage you guys to go ahead and sign up. postparentingcamp.com is the registration for that. So I think we're going to be closing it on Friday. If money's an issue, get with us. We'll see what we can work out. We can work out some sort of payment plan. I'm sure we can make it happen. And so with that, much love to you all. Have a great evening. Love your loves. Enjoy your family. Take a deep breath and go in and just, love your babies. Night night.